Hey there, I'm Saif. Welcome to the channel. I love going to cafes, and I usually order the same exact thing, a latte, typically triple shot. Now, one of the things that bothers me is the in-cafe experience is so different than the to-go experience. So when you sit in the cafe, you absorb the music, the ambiance, the setting of the cafe. You absorb almost the vibe of everyone in the cafe, and obviously you're paying for that. A typical cafe in New York City, for example, will charge about $9 or $10 for this. So I've noticed that when you take the coffee away, you're paying almost the same amount. Usually people leave a tip either way. There's rarely a service charge. So you're paying the same amount, and yet you're not getting quite as much. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to really rate what the cafe to-go experience is. Not the ambiance of the store, but not only the taste, which, I think you can go on about quite a bit, but the experience of the cup, because when you're taking it to go, it's just the taste and the experience of the cup that matters. Maybe, ordering experience, but we'll leave that off. So I love product management, I love art, I love traveling, and as you can see, I love coffee. So this seemed like a pretty sensible thing to do. So here's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on how functional is the cup, right? How beautiful is the cup? How practical is the cup? Okay. And these things are all things that matter for someone who's paying for a latte to go, right? But also it should matter to the store, because this cup is your brand ambassador, right? Like your logo is on it. I'm showcasing this cup whether I want to or not, on the subway, on the bus, as I'm sitting on a bench, right? So I'm gonna go through a series of my favorite cafes. So I live in Princeton, New Jersey. I work in Manhattan. I commute in 3 times a week. So I go to a lot of cafes. Typically, all of my extracurricular activities, be they portfolio companies, people I'm advising, students who are looking to me for guidance, I will typically say, hey, sure, let's go meet at Small World Cafe, right? So I'm gonna go through coffee by coffee over this series. I hope you'll join me. Don't take it as harsh criticism. I mean, all of these places I go to are very enjoyable to be at. Think about optimizing it from 95% to 99%. And I think that's the opportunity. Now, as you go through some of these, you're gonna notice some that are, requiring more assistance. So for example, some with these coffee sleeves that are always falling apart, or things that don't make sense. For example, you'll see the name, but you can't actually see the name all the way through, right? So little things like that. So that's what we're gonna explore. I'm gonna have a separate series on the quality of the coffee, which I found actually comes down to the quality of the milk often, sometimes the quality of the beans. That's a separate topic. For now, just the cup, the quality of the takeaway experience, the branding, the art, the feel of the cup, and so on. So thanks for joining me.